happiness, you know, when people say, well, what do you want for your kids? I just want them to be happy. They speak in the generality of that, but it will change the quality of a child's life if you can teach them to be a more positive and grateful human. Correct?
Absolutely. And actually, the main thing is that you can teach kids what they need for happiness. And it's amazing to me that happiness is much better thought of as a skill or a set of skills than it is an innate predisposition or personality trait. You know, when I first started studying all of this stuff, I assumed my children had personalities that were going to make them happy or not.
Right.
And when you look at all this great science, brain science, social science, what you see is that actually we know beyond a shadow of a doubt what will best predict somebody's happiness.
It's amazing that we are more in control of our own happiness than we think we are.
We're a lot more in control than we actually think.
It really is a large part conscious choice.
It is. It's habits, it's beliefs, it's the routines that we get in. Some routines elicit happiness. Other routines make us unhappy at the same time every single day.
Unbelievable. So the book breaks happiness into concrete steps, tools. Give us some examples about that.
Okay, well, actually, we just touched on one of them. I think one of the best tools for parents as they're teaching their kids the skills that they need for happiness is to know how to break a bad habit and to get into a good one or a happiness habit. So,
right.
You know, as a parent myself, I have 2 daughters, and I was noticing that I was finding at the same time, every single day, I was starting to yell. We were trying to get out to the bus so that they could catch the bus on time, and I started saying, you know, all right, who has their shoes? Have you brushed your teeth? And it was this struggle.
Right.
7:50 every single weekday. Exactly the same.
Like clockwork, right?
Like clockwork. And I realized that we had gotten into a bad habit that was eliciting all these negative emotions.
You had literally trained yourselves to be unhappy every day at 7:50.
Exactly, exactly. And so that's why I say one of the greatest skills that we can have for happiness is to learn how to get out of a bad habit and to start a new one. We have all this great science around what it takes to get into a habit or to break a bad one.
Or to break a bad one.
Yeah.
You know, these things sound so simple, but they're like aha moments when you really think about them.
Yeah.
You can choose to act differently at 7:50 every day.
Exactly.
I get it, I get it.
Exactly.
Okay, so the first family we're going to look at, we're going to try and help some of our viewers with some of these techniques. The first family we're going to look at is dealing with conflict. Let's see.
Can you cut it out while you're high-eyeing?
What's going on? My 2 girls are a handful. Every single day is a battle. I mean, we wake up and it's the same routine every day. They don't want to wear what I pick out. Take your clothes, get dressed.
I'm not wearing them.
We brush her hair. She's screaming that I'm ripping her hair out of her head.
Ow!
Move your hand. It's almost like she's smarter than me now. She knows what exactly she wants and she knows exactly how to get it from me.
It's easy to get my way because if you keep bothering her, it will annoy her and then she'll just give it.
If they're not arguing with me, then they're arguing with each other.
Denise! Get over here!
She calls me Denise. She doesn't even call me Mom half the time.
I call her Mom when I just want to call her Mom, and when I call her Denise, I just want her. I need her attention.
I think they take me as a big joke. I'm like, how and when did we get here? Like, what did I do so wrong on my path that led her to believe that I had no authority over her? Dinner is dinner, Brianna.
You know
Just
what?
eat it.
Why do you think so?
Well, because that's what we make. That's what you're eating. If you don't pretty much every day I have a headache. I'm worn out from fighting with her. I really am. From both of them.
Denise was in desperate need of a new approach. So as soon as we sent her a copy of Raising Happiness, she started looking for tips to help her in the heat of the battle. Looks like we'll pick up right where we left off.
Stop it! Get off it!
Okay, what's going on? What's going
I'm
on?
trying to steal the computer.
I tried the 10 steps to peace in your house.
Okay.
Sit down. This is going to be our no conflict zone. I think the idea of a no conflict zone is a good idea. Do you think that maybe we could think of a way where you can both play the piano? It's just a place where we can go and be calm and express what we're feeling.
We can share each side. She'll have the lower side, I'll have the higher side.
And I think they may forget that they came up with that solution, but then I'll go down there and remind them, and hopefully it'll still work. Abe, get up! Ava was in a mood today. She just didn't want to brush her hair this morning.
Denise tried the dancing tip. A little dancing is supposed to distract Ava from her tears and turn that frown upside down.
Look at Brianna. Want to laugh at her? Look at her. That didn't work. Brianna actually even came in and tried to dance with her, and that wasn't going to work. She just wanted to have nothing to do with it. Got any other steps we can try here?
Denise is having mixed results, and there's still one thing that really gets under her skin.
Brianna.
Denise!
Brianna.
Denise!
Stop calling me Denise.
Denise!
So she tried the family feelings chart tip. She sat down with Brianna and wrote down how she feels when Brianna calls her Denise.
So I feel hurt, disrespected, annoyed. So do you want to make me feel this way? Hurt every time you call me that? I mean, I know you think it's funny, but it's really not. Okay, it's very disrespectful to call your mom by her first name. I'm happy that we had the talk, and I think that she's gonna at least make the effort not to hurt me by calling me Denise. I mean, do you like to make me feel that way?
I agree with her actually now that she actually told me.
Do you think that you can try and stop doing that? Okay. I am definitely happier. If we have less argument and less confrontation, it makes my day go smoother. And if I'm happy, everybody's happy.
Denise is right about that. Denise, or I mean Mom, is joining us with her daughters, Brianna and Ava, and her husband, Dan, a.k.a. Dad. So, Mom, which tips worked best again for you? The circle, the conflict circle worked out pretty good, right?
That one worked out well, and the dancing one, it didn't work the first time when she was having a fit, but that one actually worked very well. We really liked that one.
Really?
So, yeah, we did give it a second shot, and when we put the music on when they were fighting, they actually like shrugged their shoulders at each other, just started dancing, and actually forgot what they were fighting about.
Right? Yeah. Music therapy really works. Honestly, I totally agree. Why do these tips work for them? And will it work for everybody?
Well, a lot of it will. You know, it's interesting. This is all based on neuroscience, brain science, and social science. So we know that when you put happy music on, I mean, this is the science of the blazingly obvious, you feel a little bit happier because that part of your brain lights up. Movement also is one of the best ways to deal with negative emotions, so moving around. And then when you feel happy, so we call it a dance party in my family, when we just need a little bit of a lift, we'll put it on, and I feel happy, and we're all moving and having a great time.
So
and if you all move around a little bit, you feel a little happier.
Right. So at 7:50 in the morning, are you jamming out in your kitchen
You
now?
know what? Sometimes we are. That isn't how we solve that particular problem, but I do know that I have mirror neurons in my brain. So if I'm smiling at you or smiling at my kid, she's going to feel a little bit happier. Her brain is going to think she's smiling a little bit.
Yeah,
Emotions are
It's
contagious.
sort of like the yawning thing. When you yawn and the next guy yawns, if you smile, the next guy will smile.
It's exactly like that.
Right?
It's exactly like that. You got it.
Okay, so Brianna, are you a little happier? Are you calling Mom?
Yes, I am calling Mom Mom.
Oh, that's good, because it was really hurting her feelings. Okay, well, let's move it along. Let's talk about dealing with gratitude next. That's a challenge for another family of our viewers. Let's watch.
Ashley is 9.
Ashley!
Sweet as can be. Dylan is 6. And he's the life of the party. The problem that we're having is that they're spoiled. Dylan. No. So you have all those guys. What do you need more for?
Because I don't have the one I need.
My kids are never content. As soon as they get stuff, they want more. Ashley is obsessed with certain stores and has to have her clothes from certain stores.
Nope.
Not having it.
Nope.
And if they're not, she flat out won't wear them. You want your allowance for the week? Every week they get their allowance. That immediately turns into, let's go to the store. I want to go spend it. What are you going to do if you want 2 packs of guys and I'm not buying you one? What are you going to do?
I'm going to run around like a cuckoo.
What's in the bags?
When the grandparents come over to visit, what's in the purse for them?
What are these bags for?
Did you bring us anything? It's very frustrating as a parent. I'm very concerned of, what's going to turn into. It's scary.
Lori's hoping to teach her kids a little gratitude. So when she opened up to the gratitude section in Raising Happiness, she found a couple of tips that were right up her alley.
Every week, we're going to pick out one toy, and we're going to put it in a bag, and we're going to bring it to some place to donate. I think the toy giveaway tip is great. You want to do that? Okay. Dylan, being 6, had a tough time with it.
There's no toys I don't like.
He just didn't want to part with anything. How about him? But he's little. He'll get it. How about this?
Yeah, that's a baby toy. I'll give it to a baby.
Okay, that's good. And then next week you can pick another toy, right? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna write thank you notes to Miss Holly for picking you guys up at school on Tuesdays. I think the thank you note definitely teaches them to think of the person in return,
These are thank you notes.
where before it was just somebody gave me something and that's it.
Dear Ms. Holly, thank you for picking us up.
Now they know that there's more to it.
Thank you. Guys, you didn't need to thank me, but I appreciate your appreciation.
I think that they will learn in time to appreciate what they have. It's going to be natural. It's going to be something they naturally just do every single day.
So Lori and her daughter Ashley and Dylan and Grandma Bobby are all here. Please welcome them. It feels pretty good to do nice things like that, doesn't it? Yeah. It really does. So, which tips are most successful in your family?
My favorite one is the gratitude box for sure. It's on our table all day, every day. It's our new centerpiece. Instead of a bowl of fruit now, we have a big, beautiful gratitude box.
And what is a gratitude box?
Gratitude box, basically we took a tissue box when it was empty and we wrapped it in bright colored wrapping paper and we cut a hole in the top. And every day at dinner, each one of us gets some paper and a crayon or a pencil, and we write down something wonderful from our day or something that we're grateful for or something that we appreciate. And they're just going crazy with it. They're thanking us for things and appreciating things that we didn't even know they ever thought about, like their teachers and their pets and things that you don't even hear from them about, instead of
I'm
toys.
Getting a little teary. It's so beautiful to watch such a simple thing change a family so profoundly.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We have all this research that shows that you will be happier because of it as well, that when we consciously practice gratitude, doing deliberate things like every night at dinner time, writing down something that we feel grateful for, that becomes a habit, and that habit will make us happier and a whole host of other really great things.
Look at me, I'm all smiling and goofy. It's crazy. So, what is the number one thing we can all do in our families and our lives to boost our happiness level?
You know, if we have learned anything in 50 years of research on happiness, it's that our social ties are the things. Our connections to other people are the most important predictors of our happiness. So for parents, that means, we have a big influence over our kids' social ties and their networks of people, that village. So what we need to do is focus on our village. Who's in our village? Do we know our neighbors? Is there an old lady that's down the street that needs visiting? Do we have a church community, the kids' school community? We have all these communities, and really fostering our kids' connections with people in it in a routine way.